Hey y'all. So it's me, Tesra from Gemini's Corner, your favorite tarot reader, coming to give you some energy for today. So you know what to do. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, click notification bell so you'll know when a new video comes out. For all your coffee needs, visit www.theglamcafe.com and wait a minute, y'all. Let's get into this. So this is going to be the affirmation video. What is an affirmation? How to create an affirmation? Why an affirmation? Okay. When I Googled the definition of affirmation, it was something about the process, a statement or a process of being affirmed. That's what the definition was, right? Doesn't really make any sense. To me, an affirmation is a statement. Okay. It's just a statement. Whether true or untrue, so positive or negative. So if I say today has been crappy, I'm affirming that my day is crappy. My day so far has been crappy. Okay. If I continue in that with that statement, I will continue to see signs, or I will continue to see things that affirm, that make my statement true. Okay. That's what an affirmation is. Okay. Your subconscious's only job is to show you what you are affirming. That is it. Okay. Your subconscious is not testing you. Your subconscious is not deciding whether you deserve something or not. Your subconscious doesn't know if what you're saying is true or not. It does not have any eyes, okay? But it definitely has ears, and it is listening to everything that you say, verbally say, or say in your mind. It is listening. So if every day I wake up and I talk about how I hate my job, and this job make me sick, and everybody at the job get on my nerves, if I affirm, make those statements every single day, my subconscious's only job is to give me examples of the people getting on my nerves, me disliking the job and hating everybody there, and give me examples of why I hate this job. That's the subconscious's only job. Okay. So if I get up every morning and say I am a millionaire, and I keep saying that, and I stay in that, and I stay with that statement every single day, multiple times a day, my subconscious's job is to show me proof of millionaire status. That is it. That is it. That is how simple it is. So why is this so hard? Because we as humans are logical. So I can be saying I'm a millionaire, but when I look at my bank account, I don't see it, right? Or so when I look around, I get ready to pay my bills, I don't see the money. So it's hard for me to continue to say to say this thing when I don't see it. I feel like I'm lying. When to me, anything other than what you're affirming that you want, those things are the lie. So the poverty is a lie. The not having the money is a lie. The not having your person is the lie. That is the lie. Okay. In my opinion. I will never forget. I used to be really, really heavy into church, right? And a lot of y'all can figure that out because I use a lot of biblical references and stuff like that. I was actually, my first degree is in religion. And it wasn't until I got into the law of assumption that I seen the correlation between the Bible and Christianity, or just religion in general, and the law of assumption, which is a spiritual law. And I was listening to this preacher called Bill Winston, and he is a prosperity teacher. He focuses mainly on money, biblical prosperity, stuff like that, right? And I remember he had a sermon with several parts, and it's here on YouTube actually. And I forget, it's something like Speak to the Mountain or something like that, right? That was the name of it. But in any event, he was talking about how his wife affirmed, now I know it's just affirming, but how she affirmed for a job and how she made this list of what she was looking for in a job. And she had made this list and put these lists all over her house, in the bathroom, in the kitchen. So everywhere she looked, she was reminded that this is the story that she was sticking with, right? The repetition. This is the story that she was to stick with to get this job. And he used an analogy about changing your situation. And he likened it to this. He said, your situation is like a boat, right? So the boat, so just think about a huge cruise ship, right? A cruise ship is huge. And your tongue is the propeller, right? So your issue is going this way because your issue is the cruise ship, right? But you start affirming with the propeller. Most of the time, a huge boat or a huge truck, just to say a huge truck or a huge boat, they can't stop on a dime and just change direction, right? That's not how that works. Like trucks and boats, they have to slow down first. It may take them a minute to turn around and go the other direction because of their size. Okay. But he said, so your situation is going this way and your tongue is the propeller. What you're saying, what you're speaking to this mountain is the propeller. So in comparison, the ship is way bigger than the propeller. So that means that the propeller has to do extra work, right? So he said, that's why you have to keep saying and saying and saying and saying and saying and saying, because it takes a minute for that ship to turn around, the issue, the mountain, to turn around and start to go the other direction. Okay. That's the same way I feel about affirmation. Okay. It's the persistence and it's the consistency that gets you what you're looking for. Now, there are people who are very good at not letting the resistance get to them, not letting what they see in the 3D get to them. There are people who are really good at that and they will see instant results. Okay. They see instant results or things happen really, really fast. But the average person, especially somebody who is just getting into this and they're not really into like manifestation or any other types of manifestation, they haven't even delved into it. It takes them a minute to really understand that, hey, even though I'm having these opposing thoughts, and hey, even though what I see right now is malleable and will change if I keep saying, it takes them a minute. That's why I recommend starting with something that doesn't matter to you. Starting with something small and something that doesn't matter to you. Because when it shows up, that's your proof. That's your confirmation that, hey, I made this happen. So if I can make this happen on a smaller scale, I can apply this to anything bigger. And I really feel like there's nothing bigger or smaller. It's just that some stuff you have more resistance to than you don't. Some stuff is so far away from what your reality is, you can't see how to get there. And like I said yesterday, the path is not even your business. Like, it doesn't matter. All you concerned about is, I'm at point A and I'm trying to get to point B, period. I don't care what route it has to go. So it's the persistence in the affirmation and the consistency. Now, some people will say to when you have negative or opposing thoughts that you're supposed to flip the thought. I'm not big on flipping the thoughts because you'll be doing that all day. So let's say I am affirming that my person is in love with me, right? But then the thought pops in my head, how that person in love with you and he don't even call you? Instead of me going back and forth with that thought, I'll then affirm my affirmation that this person is in love with me maybe 10 times after I have that thought. Because the more you affirm over the opposing thought, then the less you will have the opposing thought. That's what the repetition does. The repetition, it's about brainwashing yourself into believing what you're telling yourself. right? So how do I create affirmation? First thing is to figure out exactly what you want. Okay. There's a difference between a blanket affirmation and something very specific. A blanket affirmation that I use every day. Everything about me is perfect. Everything about me is perfect, or everything in my life is perfect. That will be a good place to start if you are trying to see just what an affirmation can do for you. Pick one of those. And I'm talking about affirm it. What do I mean by that? I mean, I have those affirmations recorded. And if I'm working, I'm listening to that affirmation. Okay. If I'm not working and I'm just watching TV or something like that, I'm affirming it in my head. If I'm driving, I'm affirming it. This is not something that I'm doing just here and there. You can, but then don't expect to see overnight results. To me, the more repetition, the faster the manifestation. That's how you speed it up, by focusing on it. Okay. So those two affirmations are, to me, blanket. If I make an affirmation that says every man I meet wants to be with me, that's blanket, because that means any man that I meet, every man that I meet. It's not a specific man. Okay. Now, a specific affirmation is such and such is in love with me. Bob is in love with me. That is a specific affirmation. Okay. Those are the two differences. And you can pick blanket and cover more subjects, or you can pick specific and focus in on a specific thing that you are trying to change, or that you are changing. I shouldn't even say trying, because, and that's another thing. This is fail proof. You can't fail. You cannot fail at this. Any affirmation or any thought persisted in until it hardens into fact will show up, without a doubt. Okay. It will show up. A lot of people say, well, do you have to believe it? I have never believed any affirmation that I have said. When I started it, I did not believe it. And when I started seeing results, I didn't believe it. And frankly, I think that you won't believe it. That whole statement of you got to see it to believe it, me personally, I think that's how it works. I think that's how assumptions happen. You see something and you see it more than once, and then it becomes a belief. Okay. So a lot of people are thinking that they have to affirm until they believe it. Well, you won't believe it until you see it. Okay. That's just how people are. Okay. So you have to get clear on what you want, first of all. And then you have to stay in the story. Now, I'm a fan of one affirmation because I like to focus on it. I like to focus on it, and I feel like it's easier to repeat. It's easier to repeat. It's easier to script. It's easier to, if you use visualization, it's easier to visualize that one scene than multiple. Now, some people do really good with like 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 or whatever. I'm a fan of one affirmation. So I create an affirmation that covers what I am trying to get or what I'm working on. I make it as short as I can, and I make it natural to me. So what does that mean? Say I'm doing an appearance change, and the way I talk is, I'm fine as fuck. That is an affirmation for me. Okay? I'm fine as fuck. I know exactly when I say that, I know what that implies to me. It's not about the affirmation. It's what the affirmation implies to you. So once again, the example of my specific person is obsessed with me. When I say stuff like that, when I say such and such is obsessed with me, that implies to me that this person is head over heels in love with me. They'll do anything to be with me. They can't live without me. They want to be around me all the time. They eat, sleep, and breathe me. That's what that means to me. That's what that implies to me. But somebody else can say it, and what's going on in their mind is this person is a stalker. Okay, so you have to create an affirmation and think about the words that you're choosing. What do they imply to you? When I'm on this channel and I'm reading or whatever and I'm giving out affirmations, I'm just giving out generic so that you can make it your own. Some of them fit just fine. And what it implies to me implies the same thing to you, and it'll work. But some of them maybe not. And so you need to make it natural to you. How do you talk? Because it's natural to your brain. Me saying, "Oh, I'm fine as fuck." That's natural to me. That's natural to my brain. My brain knows exactly what that means. And so if I keep saying that and saying that and saying that, and when I look in the mirror and my body hasn't changed, but I'm looking directly at my unchanged body and telling my subconscious that I'm fine as fuck, eventually what I'm saying is going, or what I'm thinking is going to catch up. Okay? It's going to catch up. What else about affirmation? You don't have to have a feeling. I know some people be talking about feel it real. I'm not a person, just by nature, and this is an affirmation, by nature, I don't have a lot of feelings. And I've been saying that for so long, unconsciously, that has become a fact for me. I'm just somebody who is not emotional. I don't have a lot of emotions about stuff. So for somebody to tell me that I have to feel something real, like in the beginning, I was like, but what happens if you don't have feelings, or if you can't get into that feeling state, or if you can't okay, how would you feel if you're a millionaire? I don't know, because I ain't never been a damn millionaire. So see how that don't make no sense? Like, to me, I'm more of a logical person. You don't have to feel anything. And on the flip side of that, you can be feeling bad, but don't let your thoughts be bad. What I mean by that, so you can be feeling like crap about this person that you want to be with, but as long as your thoughts stay on whatever the affirmation is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? It is the thought. It is what you continuously think. It is the repetition of the thoughts that show up. That's what you should be concerned with. Okay? So that's what I have to say about affirmation. If I didn't cover something, or you have a question about affirmation that I didn't cover, you can just leave it in the comment. And y'all know I can't come here and not do. Just at least pull cards. What does Gemini need to know? I'm just going to pull cards real quick. What does Gemini need to know? Uh-oh. Didn't mean to hit y'all. What does Gemini need to know? Also, I created a playlist for so videos like this where I'm mainly talking about the law of assumption or how to do something. They will be in a playlist, okay? And I'll link the playlist in the description box. So there will be a difference between just regular tarot videos and just law of assumption stuff. Okay? What does Gemini need to know? What does Gemini need to know? Okay. Ooh. What does Gemini need to know? What's this Seven of Wands? Okay. Some of y'all are fighting with you. I knew it. About this Emperor. See, when I first seen that Seven of Wands, I'm like, oh, somebody defensive. But that's not even the energy that we in. Some of y'all have changed your perspective about this person. Hold on, let me see. Can I get it all? You got the Seven of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Some of y'all are fighting for this relationship or this offer that you want from some Pisces, Cancer Scorpio. Okay. Seven of Wands, Leo energy. You are rejecting your normal mindset about things. You see things from a different perspective, okay? And you're rejecting your normal mindset when it comes to this, okay? More Pisces energy, Cancer energy. I feel like you're looking for an equal give and take from this Emperor, Aries energy. And because you've changed your perspective on it, that's exactly what you're going to get. Eight of Wands, Leo energy, Sun card, bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. That is damn it. Look. That's exactly what you're going to get. Okay, so some of y'all are in a different mindset when it comes to this person, when it comes to this relationship. And you're fighting. What do I mean by fighting? Affirmation. Some of you are affirming. Some of you are scripting. Some of you are visualizing. Some of you are taking exactly what I've said, because you can literally manifest any damn thing you want. Okay. Some of you are taking exactly what I said and you're applying it. And to me, this Seven of Wands off the bat tells me you are fighting for this. You're fighting to change your mindset. You're changing your mindset, and you are rejecting anything that doesn't. And that's another thing you should do. Reject when something don't line up. Listen, when the 3D doesn't line up with what you're affirming, reject it. It's not true. It's not the truth. The truth is whatever you're affirming. Okay, that is the truth. And like Bill Winston said, the more you say it, the more you think it. It may turn slowly. It may be slow. It may turn slow, but eventually it's going to turn around and go the other direction. Okay. For some of you, it's going to be so gradual that you don't even realize that you're manifesting it, because it just seems like this is the natural progression of things. It could start with a phone call, and then the person comes over and you talk, and then y'all go on a date, and then y'all go on another date. And then you start seeing each other 3 times a week. And then the person starts spending the night. And then you start talking about, so you see how that's a natural progression? Okay. It doesn't, like, I think a lot of y'all are looking for like this, bam, like it's going to fall out of the sky or something. I think that's what you guys are looking for. But a lot of the time it was so natural. It happens so naturally till you have to be like, damn, am I doing this? Or did I do that? Okay. And then sometimes, like I said, I've seen it where, you know, it's been a total shift. And not to get too sciencey, but I feel like in those instances, those people have jumped a timeline, or they have really shifted reality, and they are in a different timeline. Okay. They've shifted. Because there are multiple versions, multiple realities. The Butterfly Effect is a good movie to watch. But there are multiple versions of me. There are multiple versions of you. There are multiple versions of your person. There are multiple realities. And I think that when you have those sudden shifts, I really feel like that person has just shifted into another reality or another timeline. But that's a lot of science. And, you know, sometimes you shouldn't really dig and try to figure it out. It just is what it is. But because of your mind shift with this hangman here, because of the shift, you're going to get exactly what it is you're looking for. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, new beginning. Okay. 10 of Cups, the Sun. And I feel like you're rejecting anything that doesn't line up with what it is that you want. You're rejecting it, which is a good thing. So Gemini, I hope this reading was helpful for you. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so you'll know when a new video comes out. For all your coffee needs, visit www.theglamcafe.com, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.